Hi, everyone. Sean from Legacy Event Group and the Buckeye Wedding Expo. Wanted to go live tonight to talk about the 2026 Buckeye Wedding Expo and what the future looks like for the expo. Um, this is going to be kind of a longer stream, so if you have any questions or anything, you can let me know in the middle. Last year's show, 2025, was a huge, actually it's this year's show, but 2025 was a huge success. We were able to do things that we had always wanted to do when it came to the people that were there, the interaction with guests when guests come in and how they interact with vendors, the vendors that we had. With all of the unique things that we wanted to do over the years, we were able to do that at our show, and our show was a huge success. We started the show because we wanted to do things differently. We are a wedding vendor with Legacy Event Group, and we've done hundreds and hundreds of shows with a lot of different promoters and things like that. And we wanted to do something that was more geared towards vendors and geared towards creating a different environment for the guests. Just a few things that we were able to do in that respect. When it came to how we promoted the show, we spent tens of thousands of dollars in ads as far as like billboards and radio ads and internet radio ads and things like that. But we also did something where we went out to vendors and recorded the vendors talking about different wedding tips. And we took that information and we posted and promoted that on social media. So it's just one of so many unique ways that we did things differently. And we enjoyed it. We loved it. Great feedback. Again, it was a huge success. Vendors loved it. Guests loved it also. When it comes to the show this year, we chose the same date that we chose last year as far as the weekend goes, the second weekend of January, choosing the same date and again choosing the arcade. So our plans was to have the same type of an event at the arcade, and obviously we were going to put the same amount. We were going to actually elevate it and to do even more things to have even a better event. We had other things on the horizons that we wanted to do. We put out that, I think it was last week, if I'm not mistaken, and a day later, we had another show put out the same date as us, just down the street from the arcade. And that's never been done in the wedding expo area. Never had two shows that were so close together in the same city. My initial thought, was we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna do some fantastic things. I have 100% confidence in the Buckeye Wedding Expo and 100% confidence in what we have done and what we're going to continue to do, and moving, even further vendor centric, but also having a great experience for our guests. And so I was a little angry, to be honest. I was a little upset about that. But things happen, and whether it was calculated or not, it really doesn't matter at this point. Two shows in the same area has some unprecedented question marks next to it. So, what do you do? When it came down to it, I'm a vendor. I know and love many vendors that do our show and that do other shows. When it came down to it, I cannot in good conscience keep a date with so many question marks where the only outcome is going to be collateral damage of other vendors, other wedding vendors. We're not in this for the money. There are other shows in the area that do this for a living, and they do it to get profit. They do it because they need profit to continue. Some out of state, some local, but in the end, they do it because they want profit. We did not look for profit at the Buckeye Wedding Expo and never expected to get profit. Anything that we got, we would put back into it tenfold, actually. Again, to create a different environment and to evolve things and to change things. And that was our goal, and that will continue to be our goal. But we are going to change the way that we're doing the show this year. I will not be involved in anything that has a negative impact on vendors. And so we are going to change the Buckeye Wedding Expo this year into more of an educational for vendors. We're talking about a couple of different things, to have maybe a keynote speaker to come in and to teach like a sales training. And so I think what we're going to do, and this is, I've spoken to many of the wedding vendors in the area, kind of got feedback from them, again, because we're all in this together. And I think what we're going to do is collect that feedback from everyone and then come up with topics that are relevant to our area and to training in this area, this tri-state area. So we are going to be inviting vendors from other places, from Cincinnati and Columbus, to be able to do this. But I just can't have a wedding show, even if we were to do, and again, I 100% believe in the Buckeye Wedding Expo and my team at Legacy and all the vendors that we work with. I 100% believe in all of them. But even if we were to succeed, the collateral damage would still be people that I know and love and work with every week. And I just can't have that. So we are still going to have something at the arcade. Right now the date is in question, but I think it's still going to be on that weekend. But it's going to evolve into something that's more educational for vendors. We'll keep you posted. We have a lot of other things on the horizon when it comes to when we're going to do the shows. I think after this, we're probably not going to do January shows anymore. Again, we're not interested in getting into a dog eat dog situation with anyone and having vendors and probably couples suffer for it, because again, we're in it for different reasons. So we're probably going to move the show to a different time. We're working with Prime Time to make sure that we are respecting their show also, as far as the Primetime Open House, which is every year, and we're involved in that also. So we're going to be moving to a different date in the future. This year, though, I think we're going to move over to education and things like that. So we have been getting a lot of questions as far as booths and can we rent booths, and happily, not happily, but I have unfortunately told a couple companies that at the Buckeye Wedding Expo, we don't accept anyone who is not an actual event vendor. So again, that's a point of pride that we have at the Buckeye Wedding Expo. But we are going to be continuing to do shows. Just this year, we won't be doing the January wedding show in the traditional manner, moving into a educational thing. So keep us on the horizon, or keep us in contact and keep your eye on us. We are going to be continuing to move. We're partnering with other vendors to be able to do some fantastic things. Not in January, but in the first part of the year, to be able to capture those engaged couples. So that's all we have for today. It's a weight off my chest. I got to be honest with you. I've been not wanting to do this, but it needed to be done. And that's the update from the Buckeye Wedding Expo 2026. So we'll talk to you soon. All the vendors out there,